Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well today. I suddenly started struggling maybe about an hour ago. I woke up okay, but I woke up at 11 last night. I had probably a 2 hour sleep and I've been awake, and I have been awake ever since. I don't want to take a nap. I feel like I sleep better like this now. Every other day you have 2 hours sleep and then full 8 hours the next. I think that this is meant to be. What else would it be? I feel like energy is coming to me. I can't speak for anybody else, but I feel like the energy is bombarding me, and that's why I cannot stay asleep. And or it is souls coming to visit me. I do know they wake me up, or my higher self wakes me up, alerting me, saying, hey, there's somebody here. I don't know which. A part of me today, as I was thinking about it, was I wonder if I'm supposed to be staying awake every other day, or am I supposed to be staying awake as long as possible, as long as it's comfortable, and then go to sleep? I'm so confused. I don't know. I don't even know what's going on. But this is what woke me up last night. So I go to bed and I fell asleep rather quickly. I don't even think I remember putting my phone down. No, I did. I do remember. And I remember taking my glasses off, and I remember thinking, well, my sleeping pills have kicked in fast. And then I go to sleep. I wasn't asleep that long. I didn't even think I hit deep sleep. I woke up rather quickly. And I'm not joking when I say that. I woke up rather quickly. And I look to where I'm sitting right now. There's the head of my bed, and I sleep on that other side. And I think I was still laying on my left side. That's how I usually go to sleep, is on my left. And then I roll back and forth throughout the night. So I wake up and I'm startled because it caught me off guard, not because it was scary. But there was a man, a naked man, standing right here, and his neck looked elongated and broke, and his head was to the side, drastically worse than what mine is. And my first impression was he either hanged himself or somebody hung him, whether it was an accident or purpose, I don't know. On purpose, I should say. But he was looking at me, and he had this weird look on his face. But shortly after I realized his neck was broke, I realized that he looked like my kid's dad. So I grabbed my phone really quick to check on him. And then I want to say, coincidentally, I heard him turn his bedroom fan on, which is a rotary fan. And I'm like, okay, he's fine. So it's not that. Sometimes I forget that I cross people over. And sometimes I don't know why these beings come to me that look like somebody I know. I'm not sure. But it was so quick, he might not have even looked like my kid's dad. Maybe he just resembled him. But today I was thinking about it. It was on my mind. And I think I was getting ice cream this morning. And then it hit me, it's not even afternoon and you're having ice cream? And then I'm like, but I've been awake for hours. Oh, okay, so you can do that, I guess. But it hit me around, I don't know what time it was, that I was scooping ice cream out, and I'm like, you cross people over. Why am I shocked that he came to me? I've been crossing people over for a long time. I mean, not over 4 years. Well, let me back up on that. It was like, somebody channeled the to me, as in stop. I've always crossed people over, as far back, probably, gosh, I don't know. But I only realized that is what I do since 2020. or 2021, something along those lines. 2020 was my awakening, and that's when I started gathering information. I was being bombarded quickly and rushed of who I am, what I do, and what's going on. Gosh, it's only been 4 years, and look at what I've shared with you. It's been intense. I started my YouTube channel in 2019 before my awakening. I thought my mom was crazy. She kept saying she saw UFOs. I don't think she did. I might be wrong. She was talking about fairies. I thought fairies don't exist. You're psycho. She's psycho, but not on those UFO and fairy things. But I thought they went hand in hand. But March of 2020 is when I had my awakening. So it's been a whirlwind, that's for sure. But only being 4 years, and so much is going on with me in my spiritual life and my human life. Sometimes I get overwhelmed and I overthink things or don't think of them at all. Today I see 2 of my daughters, and I wanted to hurry up and do this video before they came over, and I hope to have it edited before they come over. I don't like skipping days, but sometimes on the day they come over, I skip. Why I do that, I don't know, but I'm sure there's a good reason. I want to say thank you to a handful of you. And you know who you are. And today I got a message on my YouTube that from a viewer who I have not heard from before. And I'm almost in tears because as I'm making my videos, I feel like they're not worthy. They're not important. Nobody's going to watch them. And yet day by day, I see quite a few of you view them. And now some of you are coming forth and giving me messages. And I have my regulars, and you know who you are. But the people that are new, or maybe not even new, they just started messaging me, I want to say thank you to you also. You make me feel that no matter what I discuss in my videos, it is of interest to you. It is nice to know that I am interesting to somebody. And I'm so lucky that you watch my videos. I'm so lucky that you care. It means a lot to me. It's really hard for me to express my feelings sometimes because I'm not used to it. My whole life, I never thanked anybody for doing something for me because that never happened. When I got into my adulthood, I was shocked that people would be nice to me every now and then. 80% of them started stabbing me in the back and were two-faced to me, and then I got used to that. But sometimes I know when it's genuine, and I feel that genuine comes from you guys. I read the gentleman's message to me this morning, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to cry. And around that time is when I started having difficulty, as not because of his message. I think I almost cried because I was so happy that somebody messaged me and let me know how they liked my videos and what I share in my lifetime. So now I kind of have a more positive outlook on what I say and what I do in my videos is of interest. So I want to thank all of you, all of the ones who leave me messages. There are times when I ask you to message me or leave me a message and let me know what you thought of this video, and nobody says anything. But that doesn't hurt my feelings. It's just that maybe you didn't see that video, or maybe you forgot, or maybe you just didn't feel like messaging me, and you're perfectly able to not do that. I'm not offended by that. I worked on my book a little bit more last night. I went through and edited what I already done And then this morning I started on it again and I added some more things. I'm going through what I called my diary of events. It's a composition book like you would normally get for college or whatever. But I put in the beginning my visits all through there. And so I'm at the point in my book that I'm writing all of my visits down. And some of them are in order, some of them are out of order. You're not going to be able to tell because it's just basically saying a UFO came down through my ceiling. It was this color. It looked like this, and it almost looked like it was going to crush me. And then I put in yesterday or this morning's, no, then I put in last night's incident about the naked man. I put that right below the UFO, and the UFO was in 2020 or 2021, but you're not going to know that unless, you watch my videos. I think what I was going to say earlier about me starting my YouTube in 2019 was that's when I first left my husband. I left him January 11th or 15th. I think it was the 15th of 2019. And sometime after that, I started my video. I started my YouTube. And I didn't do it every day. I did it every now and then. And it was boring. I think I was talking about what I was going through, trauma. And it wasn't very interesting, and I knew it. I was not in a good headspace. I was going through a lot. And I think I stopped for a little while. I worked so much. A little bit after that time, it was probably toward the middle of the month, I started working a lot. And so I didn't have a lot of time to edit videos, to record them and then edit and put out. I wasn't that experienced either. That's when I used iMovie. And then I did iMovie through my phone. I don't know if I knew about Adobe Premiere Pro, but when I did, I'm like, let's go, I'm ready. I want to do the Adobe Premiere Pro. And then I found out about Essential Sound. Is it Essential Sound? No, Epidemic Sound, sorry. But when I lost my job recently, I paid for Epidemic Sound for a year. And then silly me, I did not pay for my Adobe Premiere Pro, but my ex, he helps me pay on it monthly, which is only $22 and change. But it helps me edit my videos professionally. And I can add Epidemic Sound in there as well, among other things. It just looks more professional. I want to say my iMovie videos, I seen a couple that I did, and I'm like, that's horrible. That's really, really bad. Some of them, my face would be like up to here. And when I was recording, it didn't look like it. So I was really embarrassed. So I'm really, really lucky that I was able to get Adobe Premiere Pro. And now I edit my photos because, as you can see, that's my makeup desk. It's cluttered because there's a lot on there. Not all makeup, I should say. There's hair things on there, and I'm not going to go through the whole list. There's a bunch on there. And then my sweater, of course, I got thinned out. And then that's a desk that has scrapbook stuff on it. But it's nice. It's packed nice and orderly on there. So if you walk over there, you're going to be like, oh, look, that's all put together nicely. Oh, back on track. So when I do my thumbnails, I take all of that back out and I put a background in it. Or it's all black or something, because I don't like all of that in my background. There's also a couple of thumbnails where I had it blurred in the back so you couldn't tell what was what. Those are pretty cool, but I didn't want every picture background to be like that. So I tried to switch it up. Some of the backgrounds look fake. I don't use those. I use the ones that look like could be real. I've often wondered how many of you have caught that. Is Alora actually in those places, or did she alter them? Well, you know now what I do, if you'd wondered that. It hit me the other day. I don't know if I'll make this much on Amazon with my book, but it hit me, I think it was yesterday actually, that maybe I could sell enough books to get me that scooter. I do know that I cannot ride that scooter year round. I do know that. But on pretty days like today, I can ride it and to be out. I know motorcycles were always a stress reliever for me. I never had one. My exes did. And I never wanted to go home. It felt so good. And the scooter goes up to 70 miles an hour. I think even higher because it said highway speeds. I'll never be on the highway. I won't even go that fast. But on the cold days, I can always borrow my car from my daughter. I just want this scooter because I've always wanted a motorcycle, except now I can't ride one because I can't straddle anything. And I thought this would be perfect. And I'm excited. Am I too old for one? No, you are never too old for a motorcycle or a scooter. You're never too old for anything. And also, if I was embarrassed, I would have a helmet on and nobody would know who I am. So there's that. I thought of something the other day. I think it was yesterday or the day before. I have a Harley Davidson jacket that I never worn. And I thought I could wear that jacket in the winter when it's really cold because it's heavy. I'm like, I can wear that Harley Davidson jacket and my helmet and my scooter, and people are going to think, what's wrong with that girl? I think it would be so funny. But I really hope I can get it. If anything, if I sell enough books, I can make payments, or save my money, whichever. But I'm excited. I have something to look forward to. And I couldn't wait to get up because I knew I didn't really want to get out of bed so soon after waking up. And so I played around on my phone. I watched a couple of movies. And I knew once I did get up, I was going to cook myself breakfast, and I did. And then when I got done eating, I would start on my book, and I did. But I can't wait. I'm so anxious to see how it goes. I anticipate that it won't be much longer until I finish. I feel strange in saying that I could possibly be an author. I have thought about writing my book for years, and this is before I knew who I was. But with the abuse that I went through and the trauma I went through and all of that, I thought it would be an interesting book. But now I'm glad I waited to this long because my book would have been so short unless I wrote in extreme detail of all the abuse and all my traumas and such, because it wouldn't be a lot of pages. So now that I waited and I have my experiences and my starseedness and so forth, now it's going to be a little thicker. I do think that I will write a book about karma. It again will be a short book, and that's okay. As long as it reaches people and they can read and get experienced in the things I tell them in the book, or not, at least I'll get one out there that would probably help one or two people. And that's enough for me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of things to talk about. So out of things. So I'm going to end this here. I love you guys so, so much. I hope you're well. I hope it's pretty where you're at. And I'm going to send each and every one of you love, light, and peace. Bye.